Hello everyone, welcome back to Johnny's NetSec YouTube channel. In this video, I'm gonna show you a software which I found recently, and I found it is very helpful for me to manage my home network, to do my home network configuration backup, or to do change management. So the software name is Unimus. As you can see, this software has tons of features such as network automation, disaster recovery, change management, configuration auditing, distributed and multi-tenant, this kind of features. For me, since I'm deploying it at my home network, I mostly focus on network automation and the disaster recovery, which is a backup, and also change management. So I would like to use this software to manage my homework, automatically scanning and find out all network devices and enroll them into this software, and also schedule time to back them configuration up. Once there's a change, I will get a notification to see the difference, what's the change from the last time. Ideally, I would like to make changes on those devices one time, so I can use this software to make the changes. One thing I so surprising to use it is the simplicity of this software to install, to configure it, and to use it. So now, let me to show you those steps. Let's start from downloading software and install it. If you go to the homepage, unimus.net website, you will see let's get started using Unimus. So now you can download it. There's a Windows, Linux, and other platform, even Docker image listing on the download page for you to download it. I'm gonna test it on my Windows 2016. So this is my system. It's a server. I just installed it. I gave 8 GB RAM. To be honest, to run this software, you don't need that much since my home network is small. 4 GB RAM is more than enough. 2 virtual CPU also good enough as well. So I gave 8 GB RAM for virtual CPU, which is good to run this software. You have 2 options for Windows. You can download portable, or you can just click installer. If you want to test it, you may start it from a portable version. Just double click, and then if you have Java dependency installed, JDK environment set up, so then you can directly run it without problem. I already tested that, but I want to show you how the installation looks like. It's also quite simple. Portable, the problem is the software won't start it when the system booted. You have to manually start the portable version. For the installer version, it's gonna create in a service, and each time when you reboot the system, the service will auto start it. So you don't have to worry about to start the software. You can choose a folder. I'm gonna put the default folder there. Another good thing for the installer is if you don't have Java running time environment installed, then they will deploy it for you. Portable, you have to manually install it. Let me show you that as well, so we can get the Unimus portable version installed. At the same time, before it's installed, we can take a look. I downloaded twice here. Double click this portable version. So you get this open file security warning. You can run it. It will go to java.com to ask you to download Java 64-bit Java for Windows. That's the dependencies for run this software. If you're using the installer version, you won't get that problem. It will automatically get you set up. As you can see, the JIE 8 is copying 196 items from JIE 8 to Unimus folder. Let's take a look at installation process here. It's still installing. Actually done. Installation total time less than 1 minute. Let's finish it. You will see this program groups, Unimus, and you can launch Unimus from the icon there. So once you installed it, it will take a couple minutes to let the system completely launch all dependencies, the environment. So you have to wait there. Yeah, less than 1 minute, I would say. Then the whole system components being boot up. We can start it with the license agreement. Just say check I have read and agree to the ULA. Continue to do setup. Set up the username, password. So database type, I will keep this file here since I don't have MySQL or PostgreSQL as well. That's encryption key, you can put anything there. I will just randomly type something there. Continue to set up. My network, I have 3 different devices in my network. My whole network is very simple here. Let me show you. So here is a Windows 2016 servers. I just installed Unimus on here, and I have Cisco router, Cisco switch, Cisco wireless access point. I can put more devices here for testing, like FortiGate firewall, Palo Alto firewall, and other vendors' devices. But in this video, I'm gonna just quickly show you how we can use Unimus quickly scan network and find out those devices and ultimately enroll into their database and manage it, and how we can make changes, backup the configuration. So those can be done quickly in 5 minutes. So, but we need to add the credentials for those devices so we can easily find them, else won't work. I have a couple users predefined, so I just add them in. After that, let's continue setup. So here is the port you want to enable. You can enable port 22, port 23 for Telnet. I'm not actually using those HTTP connector and HTTPS now. I'm just using port 22 for them. So it's also asking you to set up backup schedule. Yeah, you can put the schedule here, but also I will just leave as it is, 3 AM, back all things. That license key, so if you are using free tier on Unimus, you can have my account. If you're using free tier, you can easily get the 5 license for testing. So here is what I got. So this is my free tier license. As you can see here, license key. Just copy this license key, then you can enter into the here to complete the setup. It will load certificate, validate the license key, and save license key into the configuration file. Also connecting to the database, creating, updating database tables. So that's all setup you will need to do for this initial configuration. So right now we don't have any devices, but we do have our credential configured. Before we start our network scan, I would like to add one more thing here for the credentials. For the Cisco devices, you will need to add enable password. It's a CLI mode change password. So we can add it in. That's okay. Let's put the description in. Same thing, you also can enable high security mode. After that, we can start our first task, scanning network to see what we have. We can type our network scope, which is very flat network, 192.168.2.0/24. You can schedule a scan using a predefined schedule at 3 AM, or you can automatically add discover device to Unimus. So that will help you to find out any new devices in your network. But since we are using free tier license, I don't want to add all devices in and then consume all licenses, so I will just do scan and then see what we have in our network. So scan now. So they will automatically scanning whole network to find out any devices by pin and then check SSH port if it's available, also telnet port. While it's searching, we can go back to our device, take a look. We have no device added to Unimus yet. As you can see from the screen, I have 3 Cisco devices sitting in my network. I have IP address, so I also have Unimus sitting in the same network. Both of them using my wireless router to go to internet. So I'm gonna add them. The scanning, it should be very fast. You can see the scanning progress. It's at around 80% right now. You can see some of the devices already have SSH available. So what we can do is you can either add it from here. For example, this device, we know that our Cisco wireless access point. And also you can find out other device which I would like to see. .2 is our Cisco switch, and 38 is our Cisco router. So we have 3 devices. So we can add those 3. Let's go back to devices. So this is the way how we add the device. You also can directly type in and then choose credential, enable password, configuration password, those things in there. Since we already entered the credentials, once you add those devices in the Unimus gonna use those credentials to check devices. See, so all those 3 has been successfully discovered and enrolled into our system. We got the model, we got the type, and then we got the vendor. For all those devices, we can do backup. We can run backup. System run backup very fast, just in a second. Those 3 devices has been backed up. You go to backups, config backups menu, then you can see the backup configuration. Let's view it. That's all configurations has been backed up. You can download it. That will show you TXT file with all backup configurations. That is how simple you can back up your network devices and how simple you can enroll them as long as you entered credentials correctly. We did backup for our devices. Now I'm going to show you another nice feature you can use Unimus to do. Mass configuration push. It not only you can make the configuration to all your devices in one time, you also can collect in the information. For example, you can use it to check the version of your devices. You don't need to enable or configure mode, but if you are running some other configurations push to there, you may need to enable or configure mode. So anyway, so we're gonna do show version to just collecting all the versions of your devices. To run that, we're gonna choose 3 devices. What we have here, we have 3 devices. We're gonna add them in here and close window. So we have 3 devices and we run now. Right away we get the 3 groups created. We have output 1. This is our C1140. This output 2, C1900. And this one doesn't support it, which is 192.168.2.2. It should support it. It may just need enable. Save and run now. Now we got everything we needed. C2960, C1900 software, C1140. This is our Wi-Fi device. This is our router. This is our switch. That's the one thing we can do. Another thing we can do, we can make the changes on all devices in one time. So let's close this one. We're gonna create another add a user. We call it add a user 5. This one may need to enable, we need to config, but the command will be username user5 secret 0 use password user5. It's a very simple command. Just add user5 into the device. Let's save. Same thing, we need to choose all devices. If you have tags, it's easy, you can just add tags in. But for us, since we only have 3 devices, all of them are Cisco, so we can easily add all of them in. Close. So we have 3 devices selected. So we're gonna run this command. So all of them has been successfully completed. Username added. So since we have configuration changes, let's go back to our backups. We didn't collect in the current backup. Let's do it now. We're gonna backup now again. So basically we do another backup after we added a new user. So we can see we have 2 configurations. One backup at 546, another one backup at 337. One thing we can do is we can see the difference. We can use in a split window to see the difference here. We split the window, then you will see the difference, the changes we have been made for this device. Same thing on other devices as well. You can easily see the difference line by line. Let's That's something I really like to have in this software. There are other features. You can do configuration search. For example, you can search VLAN across all devices, all configurations. So you will see all those related configurations shows up here, device by device. You also can do schedule to do this work, like back up your configuration and do network scanning, more and more. But for this video, I think I already demonstrated the basic usage for Unimus. The simplicity of this software is surprising. 5 minutes should be enough for you to install, config, and starting to scan your network and starting to back up your configuration. Check it out. If you have questions, let me know. Again, if you like this video, you think this video has some useful information, give me a thumb up. If you haven't subscribed, please do to support me. Thank you for watching. See you next video.